All right, so we can all settle in, find our comfortable seat for this evening. I'm gonna like cozy up in a blanket here just because I want to. Everyone should live their best life and get a blanket if that's what would make them more comfortable. And just starting to ground and settle in this evening. We're gonna have a gentle practice, be a thankfulness practice, this idea of being like grounded from a place of gratitude and thankfulness. So just starting to settle in here, really rooting down through those sits bones, feeling that connection to whatever is supporting you from underneath. Fully surrendering into your seat. If you've got any wiggles in the shoulders, just a moment to shake them out. Get a stretch or two in, whatever you need to fully settle into this space. Let's do 3 breaths in through the nose and then out through the lips, like donkey lips or horse lips, where the lips kind of go. So breathing in and out. 2 more. With this last breath, really using that exhale to just shake off the events of the day, the week, the month, the year, whatever it is. Letting those shoulders soften down the back body while lifting and rising up through the crown of the head. And then when you're ready, allowing those eyes to soften or gently close as you begin to turn your awareness inward. Focusing on both the inhale and the exhale out of the nose. Beginning to extend that exhale until it is twice as long as the inhale. Beginning to slow it all down here. And slowing it down with the intention of then bringing that awareness inward. And as you turn the gaze inward, I want you to think of 3 things that you're thankful for. And acknowledging that from that place of gratitude, letting it deepen your connection to the earth. And if you've thought of 3 things already, you can either continue the journey to think of more things you're thankful for, or really explore those 3 things deeply. What is it that you specifically appreciate? What are the gifts those things bring to your life? And how do they radiate out to others? Acknowledging that this mindful practice of gratitude is something that grounds us because it brings our awareness to our inner workings and the present moment. Knowing this can be a fantastic tool for when you're becoming like frustrated or upset with a situation. You can tease it apart and break it down and find something that you are thankful for. It will enable you to be fully present and in the moment. Continuing that breath in and out of the nose. Knowing that when we cultivate these tools on the mat, they radiate out into our life and into the lives of everyone that we interact with, which is how the practice of yoga changes the world. Continuing with that breath in and out of the nose, and beginning your practice with a dirga breath, where you breathe first into the belly and then up into the rib cage and then up into the upper chest, filling that whole lung with air, and then squeezing every last drop back out into the world. Breathing in that present moment awareness and breathing out, exhaling that gratitude, that appreciation for all that is in each passing moment. Taking 3 more of these deep, mindful breaths. And on your next exhale, release the dirga breath, release your meditative work, and take a moment to just reflect on where you are starting your practice at today. What are the gifts of your grounding in? And as you are ready, allow the eyes to flutter back open, re-entering the space around you. And on an inhale, drop the chin to the nose. And on an exhale, round the ear towards the shoulder. Inhale to center, stretching the neck out. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Continuing with your own breath, your own divine timing. Present and here in the moment. And that next inhale, returning back to center here, head upright. Inhale, arms out, side to side, big and wide. Rising to the sky, gaze follows the hands. As exhale, the hands slide to heart center, chin to chest. Moving intentionally here, embracing this present moment with a thankful heart, acknowledging that if any thoughts come into your practice today, anything disrupts you a little bit, taking the opportunity to find something to appreciate, to redirect your focus to what is in the now. One more big breath here. Exhale to heart center. And then inhale, coming to a twist. Hand comes to the opposite knee here. Other hand floats back and behind, lifting tall through the crown while the shoulders slide down the back body. And then exhale, turn the head to look out past the back shoulder for 3 breaths. Remembering that this is a safe space for sighs, moans, groans. Letting it all out here. Knowing that when we get it out on the mat, whatever that is, whatever that thing is, it's not going to bubble out into other areas of your life. You're giving it a healthy outlet here to be working through it in an intentional way. Inhale to return to center. Exhale to the other side. 3 more big mindful breaths here. Filling that whole lung cavity with fresh, renewing breath. Inhale brings you back to center. And then grabbing a strap. If you don't have a strap, that's cool. You could use a towel or a belt, but finding something to hold on to, and then inhale, lifting up above the head. And then you can kind of choose how much space you want in between the hands. I recommend at least like the shoulder width, but some people prefer to go like a little bit wider. It's going to depend on your flexibility and just what you've been doing today, what's going to feel good. All right, so inhale, straight arms, just a slight micro bend in those elbows. Elbows are like knees. You always want to leave that micro bend, and that reduces the likelihood of having an injury, like overstressing those muscles, ligaments, tendons. So slight micro bend in the elbows, that point right before they lock. And then inhale, lean to one side. Breathing deep here, keeping that heart nice and open. When I say that, like this would be rounding forward. So keeping that heart nice and open, you're sort of pulling the hands back a little bit. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, back up. Exhale over. So if you're doing this and this is just not what you want to be doing, it's not feeling right in your body, then you can feel free to return to that other option of a more traditional side stretch or even hands on the hips. But however you embody this, inhale to center and then exhale to the side, keeping a nice little flow here. Letting each breath be fresh and new as you assimilate to these movements. And then exhale, lowering that right down up in front. And then I'm going to pivot here so you can see. We're going to put the strap back behind the body here so that one hand can grab it up top and one hand can grab it low. Right? And then that's opening up the chest here. And you can, if you're able to, walk those hands closer. See, the goal would be for the hands to come and clasp together. So just working with that, using the strap as a resource. Really opening up that heart space. You're bringing a small back bend in here as well, all while still rooting down through the sits bones. Shoulders relaxed and down the back body. One more big breath here into the nose. And then elongating that exhale till it's twice as long as the inhale. Releasing that clasp here and then coming to reverse on the other side. So like that strap, I'm just going to bring it over to hang it over that other shoulder. And then inhale, begin to reach back behind me. Bringing those hands as close as they're able to go. You turn it around. Oh, apologize, long day. Oh, there we go. Breathing deep here. Turning up the corners of the mouth for a little yogi smile. Two more breaths. Using that inhale to sink just a little bit further into the support of the earth. Releasing those fingers, moving the strap over to the side here. And then coming forward onto hands and knees. So if you've been using a prop underneath you, you can switch that out of the way. And then I'm gonna fold my blanket and put it under my knees just for a little extra cushion. Mm. Coming forward, tabletop position here. So hands stacked under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm gonna make fists with my wrist just to take that bend off of the wrist, takes the pressure off of it. So if you experience anything like carpal tunnel, that could be helpful. But if you have flat palms, really press into all the fingertips, the palm, almost like there's like little suction cups on there that you're connecting to. And then inhale, drop the belly down, bring a big arc to that back, open the heart, lift the crown. Exhale, tuck that belly button up and in, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Now you can continue with this traditional cat-cow, or you can walk the hands forward here. And on your inhale, open up the heart, lean forward. And on the exhale, come in back all the way down to a child's pose. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round back. Choosing from one of these options or whatever you want to do. There's so many ways to embody these spinal rotations. Well, sorry, not spinal rotations. These rotations of the spine. Last one here. Inhale, opening that heart space, lifting the crown. And exhale to round the spine, chin to chest. Inhaling forward, coming and returning to that tabletop pose if you're not already there. If you do have anything under the knees, you can also just scooch that out of the way for now. And then from here, walk to face the long edge of your mat, pivot that, it's my left leg, might be your right leg, depending on which side of the mat you're on, but one leg goes straight back and the other kick out to the side here, preparing for gate pose. Oh, so that foot is parallel to the short end of the mat. That same grounding sensation, that same intention of connecting to the earth is now centered over that bent knee. So straight line from that knee all the way up through the crown of the head, relaxing those shoulders down the back body, coming into gate pose. So this can be option A here, right? And if you are working with a chair this evening, you can just kick that one leg out to the side, or you can have a chair in front of you just to help you get up and down from this pose. So it's all, your body, you do you, I trust you. And then inhale, lift one arm up and over. So option B, be here, embodying this pose, being thankful and grateful for all that your amazing physical form does for you. Or you can use that exhale to come to the side, opening up here. Inhale to lift. Exhale, coming back down to the earth. So finding what's right for you, acknowledging that you're allowed to change the pose at any point to meet your needs. Feeling that permission and empowerment to do what's best for you in your time on the mat and off. One more big breath here. And then exhale, to return to center if you're not already there. Coming to the other side. Now that opposite leg, foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Grounding down through that bent leg. Hands to heart center. Making sure that you feel grounded and established in this form first. And then from there, living with the question of what next? Maybe asking yourself, where do I feel the most grounded? Where can I find my joyfulness, my thanks? Where do I feel present and embodied in this moment? Three more breaths here. When you're ready, returning to center here, hands to heart center. That straight leg comes in and then curling the toes under to sit on the feet for just a moment here. Curling every toe, including the pinky toe. And then lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale to open up the arms side to side here. And exhale to give yourself a big hug. Seeing if you can walk those fingertips closer together on the shoulder blades. Inhale to open up. Exhale, opposite arm on top this time for a big old hug. I might give myself a little massage back here. Oof, feels good. All right, coming forward onto the hands. You can tap out the tops of those feet here. Tip, 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 tip. And then bring the hips to the side here. Bringing the feet in front of you for a little foot massage. Making sure you get each toe, the base where that toe connects to the foot proper. Tops of the feet, arches. I've been rubbing my kids' feet a lot lately, and oh my gosh, they just giggle so hysterically. And it's brought like more joy to my own practice of massaging my feet. Like I just can't not smile now. I hope it's infectious and you catch the smiles too. Maybe infectious wasn't the right word. Oy vey. All right. Make sure you get the backs of the feet, the heels. Just give yourself all that love. Give yourself the gift of your full awareness in the present moment right now. And then when you're ready, bring one leg out to the side here. Bring the sole of that opposite foot pressed into that inner thigh, and then pivot the torso so that you are facing that foot that's extended out, nice and active, as though it's pressed against a wall. And then inhale, arms out side to side while lifting through the spine. And exhale, round the torso, round the shoulders. Come as far as you're able to towards this foot. This can be another delightful time to use the strap or whatever strap option you have here, coming closer to that foot. Be here for 4 breaths. So really Let it all go here. You've got some time to surrender to the pose. And then offer you the prompt once again to find 3 things that you're thankful for with this time and space. Inhale to slowly rise up through the spine here. And then we're going to come to the other side. So same little ditty, other side. So that foot extended is, lost my strap. That extended foot is nice and active. Opposite foot's pressing into the inner thigh. Turning the torso, pivoting that upper body to face that extended foot right on. And then inhale to lift up. And you could like rhetorically lift up through just like the crown of the head if you're using the strap. And then exhale to melt and fold. Oof. Remembering sighs, moans, groans. Your breath is your friend. You can use that exhale where the lips go. Just let it go. I can find it to be really nice in these like forward fold bends, you know, where you're just like hanging or, you know, in one direction. I like using that breath. I feel like it enhances the experience. Inhale to slowly rise once again. And this time, both legs outside to side. So now both feet are nice and active. Inhale to lift through the crown. Exhale to slide those shoulders down. One more big breath here. And then when you're ready, begin to slowly come forward, keeping that back nice and flat to start. So for me, it's like only a couple inches so that I can maintain that integrity through the spine and feel that stretch differently in my body. And then exhale, melt and slide forward as far as you're able to, hinging from the hips. One more deep breath here, using that exhale to see if you can come even just a centimeter more forward, acknowledging that it is all process. It is all a process, but it's all progress and worthy of your celebration, your thanks, your gratitude for this moment. Inhale to slowly rise up and then pivoting the body here and slowly rolling onto the back, preparing for a supported bridge pose. So making sure you have a block or pillows, but something that you can rest the low back onto comfortably. And so whatever your prop is, just getting yourself set up here, making sure it's within reaching distance, and then making sure you can just touch the edges of your feet with your middle fingers. Like you don't want to be able to quite reach them with your pointer fingers, just the middle, grazing the heel of the foot, so to speak. And then when you're ready, taking a nice deep breath in and just inhale, lift those hips towards the sky, getting that nice bend in the back. Exhale to lower it down to the ground. 2 more of those. Inhale to lift, rise to the sky. Exhale, relaxing, softening, melting down. Last one, inhale to lift, and then choosing your supportive prop, placing it under the tailbone, finding where it's comfortable, and acknowledging, like if you're using a block, there's different heights. It could be like the way I have it, or it could be this higher up, or it could just be completely flat on the earth. So taking the time to get situated, and then using your next exhale to soften the eyes, closing them, breathing deep here, experiencing this pose, this asana, while supported, allowing you to embody it in a new way in the here and now. On your next inhale, beginning to bring your awareness back to the space around you. Inhale to lift those hips just a little bit, removing your prop out of the way and letting those hips slide all the way down to the earth. Walk the feet to be the width of the mat, and then allow the knees to fall in towards each other like you're making a little triangle with the legs. Hand to the belly, a hand to the heart. Allow those eyes to soften and close one more time. Taking this as a moment of integration of your practice thus far. Once again, this living question of what can you be thankful for in this moment? Inhale to bring your awareness back to the space. Bring some space between the knees and then go side to side, windshield wipers with the legs. Well, we're going to work with happy baby. So you may want to have that strap handy. And so with happy baby, you go inhale, kick those feet up towards the sky. This is like option one. And then option B would be to take your peace fingers and wrap them around your toes, and then work on kicking those feet out side to side. Now, if you want to try this secondary option, but maybe you don't quite make it to those toes, why, you can use your handy dandy strap and work on kicking those legs side to side. I find it much easier. Like I can't actually extend my whole leg out all the way while wrapping my fingers around my toes. Though I know many yogis that can, and they're amazing and delightful. It's all about my body and what I can do. You guys have the strap. Just letting it be playful here, having a little fun with your happy baby. Right? There's no like wrong happy baby. It's just about what makes your baby happy. I also just spent like a week with my nephew who's a baby, and oh my God, he's so cute. Had lots of time playing on the ground and rolling around. Hmm. Beautiful. Releasing that and bringing one foot to the earth. And with the other leg, just making some circles. Taking the time to see what parts are maybe speaking to you a little bit. I'm being like, ooh, I feel you a little bit more right there, right? Than I do the other spots. So I'm just going to rock back and forth and give it a little love. Give it my awareness, my attention, my intentions. Ah, some gentle circles here. As you're ready, reversing, going in the opposite direction. When you're ready, you can ground that foot down. Begin with the opposite foot, making those circles. Noticing how you engage the core muscles depending on how big those circles are. Right, like playing with bringing that foot closer to the earth, farther away, little circles. All beautiful variations of the process. And then reverse, go in the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, begin to bring that foot over the opposite thigh of the other foot or leg. And if it doesn't quite come all the way, feel free to use that strap. And then this could very easily be done as a chair as well, of just trying to bring the foot up onto the thigh from a seated position. So option A is some variation, something that looks sort of kind of maybe a little bit like this. And then inhale, you can bring that calf to be parallel to the earth. There's another last little option here, but whatever you do, just let go, let it all melt away. Let the body do its thing. And bring your awareness to your breath, both in and out of your nose. One more inhale here. And on the next exhale, lower that foot down to the earth. Unravel that leg. And samesies, but on the other side now. So and then other foot comes up and over towards that thigh. Option to lift that foot up off the earth and interlace the fingers behind that thigh. With each exhale, melt a little bit further into the support of Mother Earth beneath you. One more big breath in here. Exhale to melt it all down. This time, extending that leg that had been like the lifted leg straight out. And then exhale, bring that leg that had just been, the four part of the figure four over to the other side of the body, coming into a spinal twist. Arms out side to side, and then turning the head to look in the opposite direction of the knee, making sure the shoulders are firmly rooted, connected, and grounded. So the twist holds the benefits of releasing what is no longer serving you. Asking yourself if there's anything that's holding you back in your own journey of gratitude and thankfulness. Maybe some untruth you're holding on to about yourself or the world that you're ready to release and surrender. And 3 more breaths here. Inhale to return the head to center, the knee to center, and then pressing in to that bent knee and returning the hips back to center before switching sides here. Extended foot is nice and active as though it's pressed into the earth. Press into that bent knee with the foot to the earth for just a moment and swing the hips to the side a few inches closer towards that foot that's pressing into the earth. And then from there, let that knee come towards the earth. Arms out side to side. Exhale, turn the gaze. 4 deep breaths here. Asking yourself with this change of perspective, the change in direction that you're twisting, is there something different that you're ready to surrender? Something else that you can release or let go of to aid in your process of living thankfully? Inhale to bring everything back to center. Once again, pressing into that bent knee, bringing the sole of the foot to the earth, lifting those hips up and returning everything back to center. And then inhale, bring those knees in towards the chest, giving them a big hug if you're able to. Gently rocking side to side. Inhale to lift that head up off the ground for just a moment, to either give each knee a kiss or blow each knee a kiss with that gesture of self-love, self-gratitude, self-recognition for your awesomeness. And then begin to extend everything out here, preparing for your Shavasana. Perhaps putting a blanket underneath you or on top of you. If there's any last movements that your body is aching for, right? Now's the time for that, to honor that. Oh. If you're experiencing any discomfort in the low back, you can, I feel like I shouldn't have a blanket on so I can show you. Bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the earth at the width edge of the mat. And then exhale, let those knees fall in together. Once again, making that sort of triangle position with the legs. What that does is it makes the low back flush with the mat, releasing any tension there might be there. Otherwise, legs extended out, arms extended out at either side of the body, palms rotated up towards the sky. Checking in with the breath. Once again, slowing it all down. Asking yourself, what could be softened in the body with each exhale? What can you bring your loving awareness to? And finding 3 gifts in your practice. 3 things you learned about yourself, 3 things you loved about yourself. Or maybe just 3 gifts of taking this time for yourself. And then as you are ready, slipping into your Shavasana to integrate your practice into your body. Option here to stay as you are, or begin to wiggle the fingers and toes and rolling over onto the right side of the body for your last moments of integration. Whenever you're ready, whether that's now or in 15 minutes, you can begin to slowly make your way to a comfortable seated position. Lifting and rising tall through the crown of the head. Exhaling to slide those shoulders down the back body. Inhale to bring the hands to heart center. We will close the practice with 3 ohms. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Om. My wish for you on this day and every day that follows is peace of body, peace of heart, and peace of mind. Namaste. Thank you for joining this evening.